All right, let's jump right in. We're going to cover the 5 biggest AI stories that are literally reshaping our world as we speak. And nope, this isn't some far-off sci-fi stuff. This is happening right now.
From what the huge tech companies are doing, to the software you use every day, and even how we learn, AI is making some serious waves. Okay, let's get into it, starting with a real titan of the industry.
So first up, Microsoft. Now you probably know they've been working with OpenAI, right? Well, that's changing. They are now building their very own super powerful AI models completely from scratch. And believe me, this is a huge shift in strategy.
So think about it like this. Before, they were kind of riding OpenAI's wave, which is super powerful, don't get me wrong, but it also meant they were dependent on someone else's timeline. Now, by building their own in-house brains, they have total control. They can create custom models perfectly tailored for their own products, which means everything can be way more integrated and just crazy fast.
So what's the bottom line for you? Well, this is way more than just some corporate chess move. Since Microsoft owns the entire AI process now, they can innovate at lightning speed. You should start seeing cooler, faster, and way more seamless features in all the Microsoft tools you use for work and play.
Okay, so let's shift from the tech giants and talk about you, the user. An AI company called Anthropic just rolled out a new policy, and it puts a really important choice squarely in your hands.
And here's the deal. It's a major trade-off. On one hand, you can let Anthropic use your data to help train its AI. The reward? You get personalized perks and a more customized experience. On the other hand, you can totally opt out and keep your data private. But you might miss out on having an AI that's really tailored to you. It's that classic dilemma, right? Privacy or power.
So your edge here is really just being in the know. When you understand that your data is basically the fuel that makes these AI models run, it gives you all the power. You get to be the one who decides, app by app, when the perks are worth the privacy. You're in the driver's seat of your own digital life.
Now for something really cool, a real-world use case that's tackling a huge problem in education, cheating. There's an AI tutor out there that's proving you can have amazing learning tools that also keep things honest. And get this isn't some tiny little experiment. This tool, called Math GPT, is already up and running in over 50 schools. That kind of fast adoption tells you everything you need to know. This is no gimmick. It's a real solution that's making learning fairer and more effective right now.
So how does it pull this off? Well, first, it actually makes learning math fun and interactive. But here's the secret sauce. It has smart technology built right in that can tell when a student is trying to cheat or just find a shortcut. This makes sure that the student is actually learning the stuff, not just copying an answer. Now, why should this matter to you? Because this is basically the blueprint for how we're all going to learn new skills in the future. It shows that AI can be more than just a teacher. It can be a coach that keeps you accountable, making sure you're building real, actual skills.
You know, we've talked about giants like Microsoft, but AI isn't just for them. And that brings us to our next story, the incredible new opportunities AI is creating for small and medium-sized businesses. This is a total game changer.
What we're seeing is this amazing trend where companies are focused on one simple thing, making super complex AI simple. They're creating affordable, easy-to-use tools that give small businesses the kind of firepower that used to require like an entire department of expensive engineers.
The big takeaway here is just pure opportunity. If you're running a small business or you're an entrepreneur, the door to using AI has just been blown wide open. You don't need a huge budget anymore. You can grab these simple tools and unlock a level of growth you probably never thought was possible.
Okay, for our last story, let's talk about the human factor. Because in tech right now, it's not just about who has the most power, it's about who has the most personality. We're seeing a huge boom in what some investors are calling lovable tech.
And the money tells the whole story. The data is showing that investors are putting 3 times more funding into startups that just feel more fun, more charming, and more relatable. And why? It's simple, really. Brands that make an emotional connection build fierce loyalty, and they just grow faster. So, the final edge I've got for you this week is this. Personality is a feature. That's right, a feature. So whether you're building an app or, just starting a project, remember that charm isn't just fluff. It is a core strategy for hooking in users and, yep, the investors you need to grow.
Wow, so from Microsoft building its own AI brains to cheat-proof tutors and the rise of lovable tech, things are moving incredibly fast. So I have to ask, which of these stories really stood out to you? I'd love to hear what you think.